What's up guys, it's Bridget. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is something I'm really excited to film. This is my second time filming the video because it didn't go well the first time. But today, we are going to be talking about makeup that has really bad reviews, but for some reason or another, I am still interested in it and want to try it for myself. So without any further ado, let's jump into the video. As always, all makeup on this channel is cruelty-free and what we're talking about today. So I am so very proud of this concept of this video because I feel like it's super original and no one else is going to take this from me. I thought of this on my own. I'm very proud. So let's get started with the first thing, which was the inspiration for today's video. And this is the Norvina palette. I asked you guys on Twitter, is it worth the hype? It was about half and half. A little more on the good side, a little less on the bad side, but it was pretty close about it's not really worth the money. A lot of people said it's chalky. Some people said it's a purple palette with one purple in it. Like, I've heard some negative things. I heard it doesn't blend very well. I've heard some bad things about this palette. However, I'm still interested in it. So if I see it on like Poshmark or a reselling app for a cheap price, I will be picking it up because I am interested. It looks beautiful. I'm just waiting for that one person to be like, it's not as what I expected. Let me sell it for really cheap and get rid of it. And I will be there to pick it up from them. Now, along with the Norvina palette is the Subculture palette. Now, I found this on Poshmark the other day for $14. And I bought it because I know they said it TJ Maxx now, but I didn't want to pay the $25 for it. I still feel like that was kind of pricey for me knowing it's going to be a trash product. But for $14, I definitely picked it up. It's on its way. I'm excited. And the reason I wanted to pick this up is I'm not really interested in the color scheme. It's something I put on an anti-haul back in the day because it's not really for me. But there's one or two of the colors that do really interest me. And I just want to collect all the Anastasia palettes. Like I have Modern Renaissance, Soft Glam, and Prism right now. And I want all of the Anastasia palettes. It's a weird thing. I just want to collect them. Like I want every Jeffree Star palette and I want every Anastasia palette. I don't know why. I thought I was going to do every Colourpop palette, but they come up with too many and that's just too much for me to keep up with. But I just want to collect every Anastasia palette, so whether it's good or bad, I will eventually hopefully own them all, even the ones that came out like back in the day. Like I'm going to slowly collect them. So that's my reasoning for buying the Subculture palette, even though I know it's not going to be good. Next up is one from Urban Decay. We have a couple Urban Decays on this list, and a lot of these are from similar brands because I am a very brand-oriented person. If a brand is really good to me, I'm going to keep buying from that brand instead of like trying a million different things. But this one is the Urban Decay Back Talk palette. I live, love, die for the colors on the inside. They look so pretty. I'm just not a fan, and a lot of people gave this thing bad reviews because it's a very weird layout and like a weird separator in the middle. Like it's strange. But it's really pretty. Like, I love, my favorite color is mauve. I love mauve, I love blushy pinks. And I love darky kind of red colors too. So it has everything in there that I really desire in a color scheme. Is like for a nude, I guess for a pinky nude palette because it's all kind of similar. It's gorgeous, but a lot of people said it's not worth the money. It's a weird layout. It's weird. The weird separator's not good. Like, I've heard some bad stuff about this palette. But I still think it's really pretty and I want to try it. So again, if I see it for cheap, I'm going to pick it up. Alright, so next up is one that my heart desires. And I wasn't in love with it at first, but the more I see it, and even though it has like inconsistent reviews, like it's either a 1 or a 5-star for this palette. It is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. If you see reviews, it's either they love it or they hate it. They say it can be kind of patchy. They say it doesn't really want to last long. It kind of wears off the eyes. There's a bunch of fallout, but a lot of people love it. So I want to figure out for myself, like, is it good or is it bad? Unfortunately, though, whenever I see someone reselling this palette, they still want like $50 for it. And your girl ain't got that to spend on a palette that could be bad. So, I don't know. I love the pinks. It's the pinks in that palette. It's like, and I love the Army Ivy Green color too. So, like, it's a really good variety of colors. They are on the darker side, and I don't wear too much dark eye makeup. But I feel like I need it in case I want to go to the darker realm of color. Alright, now one that is similar to the Urban Decay Born to Run palette that I really want. Like, I really want that one. I don't know, something about it. There's another palette that has a similar layout, and I think this layout is what entices me to these palettes. Because, again, this is one that I wasn't really in love with at first. But now I look at it, and I really want it. This is the Kylie 21st Birthday palette. I'm ashamed to say that I want this palette because most of her palettes are kind of like, most of her products in general are kind of like, but I don't know. I think it's the pink colors and that pop of blue. It's mostly the pink colors in this palette, though I really like it. And again, with the Born to Run palette, the reason I think I want this one is because they're very close together. All the shades are very close together. There's not much spacing. There's not much empty cardboard space in between. There's not like a ton of room for the shade names, which I usually like shade names on a palette. But seeing all these palette colors together touching each other is very satisfying to me. It's like they're using the full palette for the actual eyeshadows. And I kind of love it. I didn't love it at first. The Kylie palette has like really like nah, kind of like it's okay kind of reviews, except for someone who seemingly loves Kylie so much. It's just, I don't know, it's interesting. It's just interesting. Next up is one that had a lot of controversy. And a lot of people were boycotting this foundation because of the shade range, and I cannot say I blame them because they were all like a weird yellow shade. Like most of the shades are like a weird middle tone yellow shade. There weren't any dark colors either. It's just like a controversial foundation. However, I'm gonna be completely honest and say that I still want to try it, okay? I just still want to try it. It just looks so interesting. And this is the Beauty Blender foundation. I'm sorry. I still want to try it. I am very interested because whereas it has bad reviews for the bad shade range, and some people say it wears really beautifully, but the more you wear it, it looks like crap. It doesn't really want to stay on your face. Some people say you touch your face, it comes off. That's bad. However, the packaging is cute as hell. The little unit with like the squirt and it leaves like a certain amount for your product. Love, live. It's the most innovative foundation I've seen in a very long time. And since Beauty Blender makes beauty tools and stuff, and not really makeup products, I want to see what it's like for myself. Like, it's very beautiful. Unfortunately, my Sephora doesn't carry it, and Ulta doesn't carry Beauty Blender, so I can't use my Ulta points and get money off of it. Like, it kind of sucks that way. However, if I ever see it for a good sale, I will pick it up because I think it's really cute. Oh, okay, we have a couple things from Too Faced now. Too Faced is a very inconsistent brand as the past couple years, but there's a lot of products from them that really catch my attention, even though overall with the brand I'm sort of bored. But once in a while there's something that's just like, and people hate on it, and I'm like, ooh, is it really that bad? That's my whole thinking for this whole video, is like, is it really that bad? Is it as bad as people say? Maybe I could make it work. Or maybe I had the theme of like, it's just really pretty. Because, like, there's some kind of reason I want all these products. Now, this first thing from Too Faced is something I was looking at Sephora yesterday, and I hadn't seen any reviews on it yet, and I saw it was half price, so I looked up reviews, and people hate it. But I still think it's really cute. And this is the White Peach palette. Now, it's a very boring palette. I will be the first to admit there's nothing interesting about this palette, except the fact that it's a really pretty packaging. Their peach products are usually pretty good. It's a scented palette, which is kind of fun. And I don't know, it's half price, so I've heard terrible things about this palette. Literally, it's not even called the White Peach palette anymore. Most people just call it the Chalky palette. It's very bad. It's just really cute. Next up from Too Faced is a palette that I desperately wanted when it came out. But when I saw it in the stores, I didn't want it anymore. And then I took a step back. Been about a year since this product came out, and I realized that I still do want it, but there's a reason or two why I didn't pick it up. Now, this is the Nikkie Tutorials Too Faced palette. I hated, and I still hate the cover. I hate the cover of this palette. It is the most childish crap I've ever seen. Like, it looks like a back-to-school book or something. I hate the pink leopard print. It's so tacky looking, but I really like the colors on the inside, especially that purple. Now, a lot of these shades are very light, and I feel like they would look really good on my skin tone. However, I've heard it's very patchy. You know, Nikkie herself said that she kind of got screwed over by Too Faced, so it's not a great product. There's fakes all over the internet selling it and stuff, fake versions of it. But, I don't know, for whatever reason, the colors on the inside, I really enjoy. So, I'm still interested in this palette. I'm always looking at it. I see people reselling it sometimes for really cheap, but I never know it's a fake one. So, I don't know. Whereas I really think it's interesting, and I'm still like really intrigued about it, and I think about it once in a while. I don't think I'll ever get that one either. Next up is the Clover palette by Too Faced. This thing I want for the aesthetics on the outside, and we know this. There are a couple colors on the inside That looks super cute and interesting to me, but for the most part, most of the colors are a little bit muted compared to the packaging. They're never as neon as the outside like appears it would be, but Too Faced has really great packaging. I think it's really cute. I really like their units, like their little, like the Sweet Peach palette and the Clover palette come in the same kind of like container. I think it's very pretty. I know they're doing a 2.0 like Clover thing, so I don't know. Maybe that one will be cuter. I haven't seen the collection yet. But I don't know, this Clover palette, it's still really pretty to me. So many people say it's patchy, not pigmented, like really, like the shimmers aren't as like metallic and blinding as they could be, but for whatever reason, still interested in it. Like, I guess I just don't learn. Alright, so we have one more thing from Too Faced, and this is the one I think out of the Too Faced products that I've mentioned, this is the one I want the most. Actually, I'm guaranteed this is the one I want the most, but it is stupid expensive, and I've heard trash reviews on this. Now, this is the Too Faced 10th anniversary palette. I've heard it's big, it's bulky, the glitter comes off of the product, like out the outside, which sounds disgusting, and even if I had it, I probably would hate it because I don't want to make a mess in my Alex drawers from like a palette crumbling on me. That's bizarre. But it's that packaging, and I actually really like the colors on the inside. I didn't really like it at first, but the more I look at it, I'm like, these colors are really pretty. Not sure about the layout. The layout's very strange. But that packaging though, it's so cute. I love it. Alright, so next up is a Huda Beauty foundation. Now, I've heard terrible things about it, and I'm not a supporter of Huda Beauty. She's very, I don't know. I just think she's not a nice person. She seems kind of mean. But I just really want to try the foundation. I've heard the most terrible things about it. I've heard people having an allergic reaction, which I think was Thomas Halbert. Heard people saying it was cakey. Heard people saying it was a beautiful finish. So there are some people who like it. The reason I really want this is, one, I think the packaging looks very sleek and nice, and two, I want to see why it's so expensive. Like, I want to see what makes this product worth that price. And some people who wear it on Instagram look so beautiful and airbrush finish. Now, that's because Instagram has a lot of filters and like blurring effects and stuff, I'm sure. But it just looks really pretty on their skin. Like, if it's one of those cakey foundations, maybe it's good for Instagram pictures or like filming. I don't know. I think it's cute. So I do want to try it, but I probably will never bite the bullet and pay that expensive Huda Beauty price and support her. So, I don't know. It's interesting though. Alright, so last up is one that recently came out, and I don't typically watch makeup reviews for products that came out recently in case I ever decide to pick it up because it intrigues me and I want to review it myself. I don't want to watch anything because if I watch their review, I might be influenced in some sort of way, so I don't do that. But I have seen some bad stuff about this one since I decided I wasn't going to pick it up, and this is the Juvia's Place Afrique palette. Now, I haven't heard that this is normally bad or anything. I've just heard that it's not as good as their normal palettes. People are saying that this is kind of like meh compared to the rest of their palettes, and the reason I want this one, can we say it together? There's a yellow eyeshadow in it. You guys know how I feel about yellow eyeshadow. We're meant to be, me and yellow eyeshadow. It's just a soulmate thing. You can't explain it. I don't have to explain it, you know. But this is just why I want this palette. Also, Juvia's Place palettes are just great. They're always so beautifully pigmented, they're affordable, I love the artwork on the cover, and I love it's supporting indie brands. So this is a really great company, but people are saying this one isn't good, but I'm still intrigued. Like, I kind of wish the cover was a different color to kind of counteract the colors on the inside, but I love the layout, I love the color scheme on the inside, and it looks really pretty. Plus that yellow is just calling my name, but people are saying compared to the other ones, this one is a flop. But I don't know, maybe I'll have to be a judge for myself. A lot of these things, if I ever see it for like a cheap price, I'll probably pick it up even though it has bad reviews, because honestly, what if I can make it work? You know, what if just because something has a bad review doesn't mean you're not allowed to be interested in it anymore? Just because something is like, oh, this is the worst thing I've ever tried, doesn't mean and you're gonna hate it. So I do believe that this is like a pretty good video to make, because what if you guys like something that has bad reviews? I want to know in the comment section down below if there's something you love, other people hate, or if there is something you really want to try even though people are saying it's terrible. Because honestly, as long as you're interested in it, you're spending your money on it, maybe it is worth it to you. Because I mean, some of these things you can find for a good price, everybody else hates it, I'm telling you. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll just see you on my next one. I put a video out every single day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.